So Rebecca Marsden is helping women achieve financial independence and key life goals when experiencing financial and life challenges by implementing a tailored roadmap. After experiencing divorce causing debt, redundancy, and health issues, which prevented her ability to work, Rebecca reinvented herself, implementing a strategy she designed to clear £117,000 of debt, maintained a property portfolio, and has never been more financially secure, working towards her own ultimate life while enjoying the journey along the way. Beautiful. Welcome, darling.
Thank you.
So let's cast back to where you were at before we started working together. What was going on for you in your finances and your life?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing was actually myself. I was holding myself back from trying to build up a consistent business for myself. And I had so much self-doubt that I was actually the person to share my message of what I'd done. I had more shame around the fact that I'd actually got into £117,000 worth of debt, other than the story that I could actually help other people to do it, because everything was like the negative side of things for myself. And also the family sort of dynamic was not feeling great at the time. It was kind of, I felt very judged. And I'm not saying that was true, but that's how I was feeling at the time. So it's kind of, I had been growing a business, I've been developing it, but I was hiding. I wasn't doing anything to promote it or to actually do anything with it. I was just sort of stood there still, not moving forward with it at all. Even though I knew I wanted to do something at sort of a deep sense in my core, I just didn't feel like I could move forward. I thought, well, who am I to share this story and to help people do sort their finances out? Yes, I know I've done it, but why should they listen to me? And it was such self-doubt about that.
Yeah. What was the impact on you in that space?
I think for me, it just felt like my life was on hold. It's like everything had been put on hold. My own health as well, that was a big part of it. It wasn't just about business, it was for myself. My own health was on hold. I wasn't putting myself forward and being first, looking after myself and my own needs as a priority. It was always looking after everybody else, and putting the need of wanting to create a business was a really big desire, but I kept helping everybody else do what they needed instead of actually focusing on me and my business and what I actually wanted to create for myself and how I wanted to live, and where I wanted to live. And it's kind of, I just felt stuck. Yeah, so I just wasn't moving forward.
And what was it like for you when you were making the decision to come and join us inside of the Living Abundance Mastermind? Can you remember what you were feeling as you were about to make that leap?
Initially, it was like at my core, I thought, I know I'm made for more. I want to do so much more, and I want to do it. Everything is telling me to do it. But then immediately it's like, but you can't afford to do it. Don't be so silly. You can't afford to do it. You have spent so much on training and courses in the past. Why is this going to be any different? You're just going to buy it. And even though I've always done the work, I've always been a worker, I've always been a doer, I just thought, how is this going to be different for me? But I just knew at the core it would. But I was just so scared of taking that commitment to myself, I guess. And I think that's what really changed it for me, sort of this conversation, the Wealth Retreat. It was kind of, yeah, I do need to put myself first, and this is the first step to do that. And I thought, right, so from going from, I don't think I can afford it, I saw the bonuses of paying up front, and I thought, right, sod it, I am going all in. I'm paying everything up front now, and I'm getting all the bonuses, and I'm going to make this be my best year doing this.
Amazing. Great decision. What's happened for you since you've been inside of the mastermind? What are some of the shifts and changes you've experienced?
I think the biggest overall shift is putting myself first and my needs and my priority about what it is I want to create for the future, where I want to live, the bigger vision for myself and my own life, and actually allowing that to be at the forefront of what I do and the decisions I make to get there. I think that was a really big thing for me. It's like almost being given permission to put my needs first and actually thinking, right, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to focus on it. But I had actually got the business structure, or so I thought, when I joined, and I was like, okay, all I need is the help so I can get out there and do this. But through the process of working together and part of the mastermind, it actually completely reinvented itself as to where I started and what I'm doing now, the clients that I'm helping, the focus of the business. I've kind of gone, I was at the point of almost going, right, I've had enough, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to stop all of it. And then to the point of totally flipping it. And now it's a case of, right, I know who I want to help. I know how I want to help. I know the programs, exactly what they are. It's like everything has got that much easier. The ideas are just flowing. When I'm even writing the messages on my sort of the website, creating the pages, which I had to change to being aligned with the new vision I saw for myself, the words just came together so much more easily. It's like within a couple of days, it was there, it was created. Yeah, it'd taken me months to do what I was previously doing, but because it didn't really feel quite right, it was just, I didn't really want to share it. Whereas now I feel proud of what I've created and really want to be able to go out there, and I know I can help people sort out their finances and achieve the goals by doing what I've done. And it feels like, yeah, I'm ready to share it, and I'm proud of my branding, the website, the programs that I'm offering, whereas I never had that clarity, and I certainly didn't have the confidence in myself to be able to offer what I'm now offering.
Amazing. So what has been the benefit of putting yourself first? Why should we put ourselves first? What has that done for you? It sounds like you've got into an alignment, right? You're in greater flow. What would you say some of the benefits have been?
I think overall it's like that holistic approach. By putting myself first, it's enabled me to focus on my own health. So I'm starting to feel better in myself. I'm starting to sleep better because I've not got the self sort of doubt and sort of questioning what I'm doing with my finances. It's all so clear and so focused, which is that sense of calm and almost warmth. It's okay, yes, finally, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm working on. Yeah, it's that kind of feeling for me that's really changed.
So beautiful. Are there any other results or benefits from this wealth work that you'd like to share with us today?
I think I'm a very practical, logical person, and whilst I do feel that sort of the connection out there, but I always shut that side of myself down, and it's being able to open to that, and by being open and following this, being able to just follow the steps in a process, which it's like part of the process is being very open and creative, but it's still steps and it's still a process. It gave me something to focus on and work with, and enable me to open up steadily and gradually so I could learn the things I needed to as we were going along. So that's what was great, because it started off certain things changing, which has then changed something else and allowed me to move on to the next step and the next step. And even now this week, you know, sort of writing sort of the notes in the morning for myself and sort of opening up to sort of the bigger vision of what I'm wanting to create. And it's like a book idea just popped into my head, and it's like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I need to do this year. That's I'm going to do that. Yeah, before it's like I hadn't got that clarity. And I think it's all that side of things. It's been, yeah, an amazing journey. The changes, yeah, so much for me personally, to focus on my health and my needs, and knowing that all of this work, as well as helping others, it's actually helping the life that I want, because it's made me realize this is our only life as we are now. And it's about putting ourselves first to actually achieve what I want to achieve, that's going to make me happy, and so I can enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to watch you rise and skyrocket from this very deep, rich place of connection. It's beautiful. Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone who is sitting on that fence, who's getting that, I need to do this now, with all the doubts and the fears and the not enough money and not enough time and all the stories we go into? Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone listening?
I think really, if you've already got doubts, it means there's a part of you that already wants to do it. And you know on some level that this is really important next step for you. And I think that is something that you actually need to acknowledge for yourself. The fact that yes, it is an investment in yourself, but you're worth that investment. And yeah, you can do it step by step in investment, or you can go all in. But if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? And are you going to be here in a year's time thinking, God, I wish I'd have done that then? But actually just starting the process, just think what you could have achieved in 12 months' time and where you could be, then that investment now is so worth it. The same with any investment. It's kind of putting it in the small steps now can make such a difference to the future.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for your words of wisdom and for sharing your story. And it's just the beginning as well. It's so exciting. Watch this space, watch this woman as she rises into the world. Beautiful. And thank you. Thank you for the work you've done for yourself. So the work that Rebecca's done for herself is now then what happens? She gets to go and help others, right? And create those ripples. But we start within, got to put our own oxygen mask on first. It seems selfish, but it truly is. In a way, I think it's selfless. So thank you, darling, for taking the time. I really, really appreciate it. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. Yes, and I too, I feel like what the conversation I shared out yesterday with W.E.A.L.T.H, who's like highly driven woman from a corporate background. One of the things she said was that she'd waited a whole year. She wanted to join a year before, and I wish I hadn't waited. And I feel that too with myself. I have sometimes this deep sadness. It's taken me so long in some ways. The reason why I'm so intense about all this stuff is because I've massively sabotaged myself, massively got in my own way, and held myself back for way too long. And you realize, oh my God, this is just about making that choice. It's not waiting for the right time, the perfect environment. It's never gonna feel like 100% right. And one thing I've learned is you're never gonna feel ready. Right? You're never going to feel like you're good enough, or you're educated enough, you got enough qualifications, or like, the not enough wound is very, very strong. So it's about moving forward even when you don't feel ready, you don't feel good enough, and you don't feel like you don't have all your ducks in a row. If you're a recovering perfectionist / control freak like me, right? Honestly, it's not comfortable, but we don't move forward. I was just spinning. I was tripping out on the spiritual stuff. I'm very psychic. I have got a great gift of tapping into your soul and all of that stuff. I will give it to you all day long. And that's what I was doing. I'm like, I'll help you all day long, and I'll advocate for you, and I'll stand at your back. But I wasn't allowing myself to grow in business, and allowing to grow my business, and being more visible, and being more brave, and being more bold. So, but I would be there for my clients, but still hiding, right? And in that way, yes, I still help people, but it really limits our impact, not only for your own life, but really for the lives of others. And for me, I think for most of the people that come into my vortex anyways, we're driven by service. We're driven by wanting to help. We're driven by wanting to make an impact and a difference. But if you're just trying to give to everyone else and not receiving, it will absolutely stifle your impact. We need to do both giving and receiving, the inhale and the exhale. Both are essential. And that's part of nature. This idea that we're not supposed to receive, or it's selfish or bad, it's just the biggest lie of all. It's crazy. So, and I've done it all to myself. So I will stand very powerfully at your back and advocate for you putting yourself first, and support you to do that, and why it's so powerful, and why it is the key. Right? Investing in yourself is the absolute key. So beautiful. Thank you so much for that.